Yeah. Shit ain't fair.
What Meek Mill said, I think that's a powerful way to get this program started, today, kind of get us warmed up and whatnot, because I know we both got a good perspective about what Meek Mill said.
Yeah, indeed, man. So he was on his Twitter, as he's been recently. This was the day after Christmas. What's today, the 27th? So it was yesterday.
Yeah.
He dropped this yesterday afternoon. He said, all this money and this fame kind of ruined me as a person. I'm watching people that I love trying to be in the circus. A Billy coming is going to be even worse. Then he threw up the okay. You could tell he from Philly. He said worse. As soon as he said worse, I knew that shit was Philly all day long. Shout out to Meek Mill. What do you think about this before I give my thoughts? All this money and fame kind of ruined me as a person. He's watching the people that he loved trying to be in the circus. What do you think about that?
I can't really say that I could relate too much because I don't got the millions. I got the money like Meek Mill. But when you do have this little inkling of success, I think that a lot of times, since people, they never had it, and not even yourself, but people around you, and they see that you may be touching it a little bit, I think it could, bring out the worst in a lot of people. Some people's cool, things don't change and whatnot, but some people, their eyes get big and shit, and they're like, yo, they kind of sitting beside you like, yo, can I get, you know what I mean? It's like, it's cool sometimes, but when it comes to the point where people rely on you and they doing snakish stuff and whatever, borrowing money, not paying you back, who knows what type of things that Meek Mill is going, people probably asking him for all type of different things, people that he probably loves, but he's seen him like, well, damn, this dude is like on some fiend shit. And that's why I think Meek Mill's coming from with that statement. But I could relate to a certain extent. We all got family and friends, where mostly friends that we had to cut off, associates, because we knew that relationship got to a point where it started to get toxic for both of us. So it was like, we had to cut it. Still love and all that there, but we had to cut that relationship in order, to move forward in life. So, a Billy coming for Meek, he said it's about to get worse. Definitely is. He even talks, when you listen to his music, he probably had about 30 or 40 of his friends that he probably cut off at this point that he grew up with. So, yeah, that's how it usually is, though. The circles get smaller, man.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about it, because like you said, it was a double-edged sword. It's like, all right, you sit back your whole life to stop eating the mud and stop sleeping on the bullshit and really live how we're all supposed to live, only to realize, okay, I might have to cut off people that I really love and care about in order to do so. Why? Because we just simply aren't on the same mindset. It took me a particular mindset to get to where I'm at. And either you're not understanding the hustle that it takes. So a phone call may be missed, or text message, or I may not be able to come here because I'm busy trying to solidify and take care of business, or I bring you on and it simply isn't working out because the mindset and the work ethic and the flow just simply is not the same.
Right.
And I have to make the tough decision in cutting you off. And then that severs relationships. It really isn't easy sitting back in a position, because whether people know it or not, their hands immediately come out the second somebody comes in. And I'm not blaming that. If we had somebody in a circle that, made it, I give a perfect example. You, when you came and told me certain things that was starting to pop off for you, and I was like, okay, wow, that's dope, bop, bop, bop. And I piggybacked on trying to emulate the success that you created in different genres and different fields, and realizing, whoa, this ain't as easy as my cousin's just doing this and it's dope. No. There's certain things that I got to learn. There's certain things that I got to master in order to really solidify myself in this and achieve where he's at. And people don't want to do that. People don't want to get to that. Nope. They just want the immediate success because they see someone close to them doing it, thinking that they're on the even level. And that look in the mirror, that harsh look in the mirror, that no, we simply aren't on the same level. That ain't easy for a lot of people. That creates jealousy, envy. And it's negative.
Meek Mill is like 1 out of a million. Like all those people that grew up in Philly, how many rappers is it that really made it to that pinnacle from Philly like that? And you got some that's successful in their own right, but that took it to Meek Mill's level. How many other rappers can you name? So he's like the diamond in the rough.
Is he slowly becoming the most successful rapper, the most famous rapper out of Philly?
By far at this point, by far. I mean, I think he's like 5 years ago, he was already there. There's no, I wouldn't even say that he's the best. Obviously, a lot of, famous. Yeah, definitely the most famous, probably the most richest at this point that came out of that beautiful city, man. But I think though, I've seen a lot of people, come and go from Meek's side, but those few remain. It's kind of like Jay-Z, like the ones that are always there is going to be there because they remain loyal. They was like, the money ain't really mean nothing to them like that. They was with you when you was broke. You know what I mean? They're going to be with you, you know what I mean, when you're a billionaire. And those are the people that you keep around. You never got to question their loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
That's fact, man.
Yeah, shout out to O'Malley. He's one of those guys that's right by, Meek's side. Which
That's
is
his cousin.
His cousin. Yeah.
They usually be like that, man. If it ain't a brother, it's a cousin, man.
Yeah.
Facts. I appreciate and love those kind of stories where you can see family members succeeding, because that's not dealing with family and dealing with business isn't easy, because you often find people want to coordinate able to do it, but then you find loyalty. O'Malley may not be doing the things as far as Meek, as far as a rap career is concerned, but the loyalty, the love, knowing that I was with you in the dirt, I'm gonna be here then, and if we go back down, I'm gonna be right back with you. That you can't replace that. So he'll always be there. Shout out to the family, man, out here doing big things together. Definitely.
Real powerful statement there for Meek. Definitely going to make some good talking points on that. But you're tuned into the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast with your brother Old God and SamAnt sitting across the table from us today. Well, it came out earlier, SamAnt, that Young Buck was picked up in Tennessee on a felony fugitive warrant from justice and is for child abandonment. Now, according to Nashville Fox's 17, Young Buck was pulled over by police after he was caught talking on his cell phone while driving. Now, the officer asked Young Buck about marijuana after he smelled the smell. He said that Young Buck reportedly handed the officer the rolled joint. They said upon inspection of the vehicle, officers found 3 grams of marijuana. He is being held until May because, again, he is considered a felony fugitive from justice, and he's going to be held until that time. No bond for Young Buck. SamAnt, your thoughts on this story coming out of the South?
Oh God, can you? And I apologize if I'm being a little, if I don't know of lack of knowledge, but child abandonment. Do you understand what that means? Like, what is that?
Yeah, I mean, like pretty much abandoning the kid or whatever, like
leaving a baby in a car,
something like that, like or a house. Like say you had a kid that was 5. And you left him in the crib, you went to the store and something went down, they walked out in the street, anything like that could be considered, child. That's one example of child abandonment.
Okay. Now, that's no laughing matter. You can't do that.
Right.
Very irresponsible of him for doing that. But for him not to be able to post bail, I think that's a little harsh. Unless I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. He's going to be in there till May now because of the situation. I'm not saying that was correct. I'm not saying that what he did was right. Very irresponsible, like you just elaborated. If a kid that age were just to walk outside and God forbid something would have happened, we're talking about more serious crimes going on with you neglecting a child. If that were to happen or whatever the case would have been, but for him not to be able to post bond, for him to just be able to have to sit behind bars till May. I don't know.
The thing is like they saying he's a fugitive. So let's just say, for example, they charged him with the child abandonment and whatnot. He ain't show up. Now he's running. He got a warrant. They pick him up. You sitting in here. It's like a punishment for not, showing up, for that court date. So that's the whole thing behind it. It's just like if you're on probation, people know, like, you don't go to your hearing, your probation or something, you violate, they're going to hold you in there, as a penalty just for not showing up until we get ready. That's the whole, meaning behind it, why you can't, post bond down there. Again,
irresponsible on his part. Again, I understand it, but for him not to even be able to go, all right, I got to chalk up some of my money.
Yeah.
You're going to sit here.
Yeah.
Just, whew, I wouldn't want to deal with Johnny Law at all, man. I'd have just paid that bread and kept it moving.
Yeah. And it's just like, this stuff is always, because these stories come out, man, but we don't know like what really happened with this whole thing. But I don't like it either. They have to sit up in there, obviously, but the law's crooked. We know how.
I already know. I remember we were on our way to where were we? Down to Austin, the South by Southwest.
Right.
And we took a pit stop through not Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know where the hell we were in Tennessee, but it was some back road shit. Went grab some gas.
Oh man.
And the energy was crazy.
I bet.
Tennessee's a huge state, so shout out to anybody who lives out in Tennessee. It's a beautiful state, but we was in one of those areas that I was like, we gotta get the fuck up out of here now. I don't want to see no police. I want to get in this car, grab this gas in these old school ass dial gas station, whatever. Let's get up out of here.
When you said they got spots like that, I would say New Jersey, Delaware. Yeah, I was in Pennsylvania, like in the mountains. I seen spots like that. I think all over, but the South is different though.
It's
stuff like
different.
That.
I was looking
at different.
I've been looking at dogs, man. I see this real beautiful place that got dogs. That's down in Mississippi. And that's one fucking state I vowed never to go to.
Oh,
As
man.
a brother in New Jersey, like, don't go to, you never will find yourself in Mississippi. And these dogs that I want so bad to sit down in Mississippi. So I don't know, man. If y'all watch from Mississippi, y'all gotta show me some love and let me know that it's all right to go down there, because I automatically
down there.
that I let me know that it's safe for that motherfucker, man. Cause
Yeah, it does. I don't know, man. Just kind of growing up and having that whole perception of the South that we have from up north, and then seeing all the brutality that happened down there, definitely, you know what I mean, makes you open one eye. But we know that it's places like that everywhere. I mean, like South Jersey's country as hell in some places. So it's just like, yeah.
Driving back from Upper Township, you dial through them backwoods back there. You realize, oh shit, it's a different part of Jersey back here, man.
Yeah,
violent too. All kind of, there's some places out here.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, man, Young Buck's gonna have to sit up in there. I'm not sure. 50 Cent clown him or what? No,
Not yet, but
it's
coming.
Definitely.
And when